Dara, the world has been hit in so many different ways by this global pandemic. Everybody's world is transformed. In what way has it affected Uber?
Well, it has been a real shock to parts of our business. As you know, Uber really was started on the rides business. This is the business of moving people around in cities with either cars or autos, motos, etc., depending on the local means of transportation. And that part of the business, frankly, has been hit very hard. As cities close down, and they close down for good reason, our rides business really went to an almost stop. Yeah. We're seeing that business start to return, and the return is really closely associated with the opening of cities and societies, countries. But we took a hard hit. There was a point at which, when we talked to investors, where our rides business, which is really the profit generator of the group, was down 80% year on year. I couldn't imagine. I'm used to parts of our business being up 80%, not down 80%. But I think COVID and what it's done has been unprecedented in many ways.
So when the world changes as dramatically and as suddenly as it has done now, we all have to change too, right? How are you changing Uber to face this new normal?
The silver lining here is that we have also built over the last 4 years a food delivery business that has turned into the largest food delivery business, Uber Eats, in the world outside of China. We built it organically. Actually, we announced a big deal in that category. That category has grown very quickly. So we have actually an interesting hedge in that our rides business was hit by a shock that it's returning from. And our delivery business now has really had a boost, growing very, very quickly. Hopefully we can get the best of both worlds, both sides of the business growing after this crisis.
Now that's really a major, major change. Up to now, BC, that's before Corona, you would have been, say, 90% rides and 10% other businesses. Now looking ahead, what's it going to be like?
I think it's going to be 50-50. It's our delivery business is growing at rates that, frankly, I didn't think was possible. And we have doubled up on that. So we're augmenting the organic growth with acquisition as well. And I think we're cementing a real leadership position in what's going to be a very, very big market going forward.
So now 50-50 is Uber's new normal, 50% rides and as much as 50% home delivery. What a revolution that's going to be. But are you being too optimistic? Yes, for each one of us as customers, we've discovered in this pandemic that delivery at home is great. It's so easy. Why go all the way to a grocery store? You can get everything delivered right at your doorstep. But what makes you so confident that Uber can win in this increasingly competitive space? What's different or special about Uber that's going to make it a major player in the food delivery and grocery delivery business? What's special?
The really, I think, cool thing about Uber as a technology company is, while we are a global technology company, ultimately we are empowering local entrepreneurs, drivers, who are building up their own little businesses, or local restaurants, or local grocers, or local supermarkets. And all of the economic flow essentially is in your city or your village or your neighborhood as well. So we think it'll be a big business, but it will be a big local powered business, which for us, especially during these times, supporting your local restaurant, supporting your local small business, we think is meaningful.